So the Grief Center has been providing support groups for kids in central New Mexico since 2000. And they come to us because there's no place else, not school, not Boy Scouts, not church, not anywhere else these kids go where they can be with a group of kids who really understand what they're going through and about the changes in their family and how hard that is to cope with. And they talk about things like, we don't have dinner at the table anymore because maybe it's too hard to set the table for a different number of people. All these little things that change in your family that you don't realize when the death first occurs, but that cause little pinpricks of pain throughout your years as you grow up. We work on that here at the Grief Center. But while the kids are all in groups of their own, the adults get to go to a group too, and that's really important. We're the Children's Grief Center. We're the only people doing this kind of work. But in order to support the grieving child, we provide support for their caregivers. And they can come together and they can share their stories. They can ask, is my kid normal? And they can get the support that they need to continue to raise their family in a whole new reality. But there are a lot of communities outside of central New Mexico that have no services whatsoever. And again, over the years, when we've gotten those calls for help in Hobbs and Clovis and Tucumcari, different places, there's not a lot we can do from this distance. And the families can't come into grief support groups. So we started the Camp Cortisone program, Camp Heart. And it's 3 days and 2 nights, and it's for these kids who come from outside of Albuquerque, have lost a significant family member, and need a place to build their own toolkit. How do I answer those hard questions at school when people ask me mean things about what happened to my person? How do I deal with going to the father-daughter dance when I don't have a father? How do I deal with learning how to drive if I don't have a parent left who's able to teach me how to drive? And these are just some of the questions that come up for grieving kids. We're the only program like this in central New Mexico, and we're the only program in the whole state doing this kind of overnight work. The powerful thing about a camp program is that you can see 6 months of progress in 3 days. For some of these kids, it's the first time they've sat in a circle and they have seen other people that have experienced something like they have. Surviving the car accident that killed their parent, finding their dad dead on the kitchen floor from a heart attack. These are things that kids shouldn't have to go through, but a lot of them do. About 5% of kids in our country lose a parent before the age of 18. Every family is different, every situation is unique, but we find at our programs, and especially at Camp Cortisone, that we have so much in common and we have a lot to offer. It's really a beautiful place where kids go from identifying as the victim when they come in to leaving victorious.